And another guy, SEC wise, Omar Norman-Lott out of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So intriguing player here. This is a guy that I think that another late day 2 kind of guy, like 3rd round pick guy, 6'3", 315 pounds, 23 years old, from Sacramento, California. Played also at Arizona State from 20 to 22. So been around for 5 years now. That's why he's 23 years old, a little bit of older side for a guy coming into the drafts. Young a couple of years ago in the draft, but now we're getting back to regular draft ages. 13 games overall this year, 18 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, a 69.4 PFF grade. Now, before I get to the pros and cons, guys, if you didn't realize the stat line I gave you was pure poop, I'm just going to call it like it is. That's not a good stat line. This is, like every year there's a couple of guys that you go, I see things. I see flashes on film. I see the athleticism in drills. I see the athleticism at the combine, at the pro day, and that gets people excited. This is that guy. Now, you have a couple options here. Either what he does on practice and that kind of stuff just simply doesn't translate to game day, or he wasn't getting coached right in Tennessee. I don't know which one. I'm not gonna sit there and say. But he's athletic as hell. He's agile. He explodes off the line. He's got good pass rush moves. He's a good run stopper. He does lack power. For a guy who's 315 pounds, he plays a guy who's 280. He gets to the quarterback, but he doesn't get very quickly. Like, it's got to be the quarterback held onto the ball too long, and that's why he got sacked kind of play for him to get to him. He also has trouble with double teams. Again, this is a thing you don't expect out of a 315-pound guy. We're talking about TJ Sanders at 290. You expect that from him.
Yeah.
You don't expect that from a guy with 25 pounds on him, So I feel like there's got to be some issue with technique there to be 315 pounds and having these kind of issues.
Yeah, that's either he's the weakest 315-pounder I know, but usually he steps from technique.
That'd be a weird award to get. You, sir, are the weakest 315-pound player I have ever seen in my life. Here you go.
Thank you for your flabby remarks.
Here's your complimentary bag of protein powder
and Doritos.
Good combo. But like I said, I feel like this is the guy that if you need a tackle and you're at that round 3 stage and you've watched his tape and you go, you know what? He does this. If he did this, it'd work a lot better. That's the guy that, you take the shot on. And it's like I said, it's going to be a boom or bust because you see the athleticism, you see the agility, you see the motor. You see these kind of things there. He's going to be the boomer or bust guy. And listen, sometimes you go with the safe pick. Sometimes you go boom or bust.
Sometimes you go boom, 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 go bust.
Well, you just gotta figure out in your head, like, what percentage you think is this guy a boom. And if it's a high enough percentage for you and it's worth the risk, you go for it. And that's what I feel like Norman-Lott is. He's that guy that some people are to go, you know what? I can fix this. Kind of like a weird relationship. I can fix this.
Yeah.
I can make them exactly what I need.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you point blank that I don't buy into that as much because he's 23 years old. 23 years old. He's been in college football for 5 years. He went to 2 different schools that both produce NFL players. So I'm not going to buy it. That's why he's not higher on the list. But there are some guys, I'm telling you, that will have him higher on this list.
Yeah, I mean, you go to 2 different schools that are known for the lines, and you don't improve it.
Yeah,
it's probably a him problem and not the coach's problem.
Exactly.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.